Hey everyone, before we get started with today's video, if you forgot to use a referral code when you signed up for Uber to get your bonus or guarantee of up to $1,000, then here's how to apply my referral code so you can still get some extra money. Here's the steps. So 1, open the Uber app. Next, click your photo or the 3 lines at the top corner. Click earnings. Click help or question mark. Click account and payment, then referrals, and this step is really important. Click invited driver, report my missing or incorrect driver referral, and then click send a message. And for the invite code, use G4QA5UE. Friend's name, yours truly, Gregory Wave, GREGORY WAVE, like wave. The phone number is 815-847-0184, and the email is gregwave@yahoo.com. And for the details, you can just say something like, my good friend Gregory referred me to drive for Uber. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Rideshare Hub. My name's Greg. For one, hope you guys are all doing good, staying safe. We're still in the middle of some wild times. And speaking of that, what I'm going to talk to you guys today about is the PUA benefits. As many of you know, back in, I'm trying to remember when it actually was. It's probably somewhere in February when we first started talking about it on the channel. And basically what it was is there was this program put out for really anyone affected by what's going on so that you could get paid out for basically being unemployed. And the really cool thing is that they had it for, really anyone who's in any kind of gig economy work, even really anyone as an independent contractor, because it's always different for us because we don't have a boss and we're not in a system where we're going to get paid out in unemployment. And really it's like, God forbid Uber and Lyft would ever do anything for us in times like this, because they never do anyways. So it was an awesome program. Some people got set up on it right away and they were getting $600 a week from PUA. And then an additional, it was usually $113+ in unemployment benefits. So a lot of people were getting like $713 a week. I know some people were getting more like $850 a week. It depended on how much you made, obviously, but it was a really awesome program. And so at the time, we were basically saying, like, why would you go work? Now, obviously, you don't want to, like, milk the system, but the way I looked at it was I felt like we had a much greater chance of getting sick driving Uber, being stuck in this, like, tiny little space with people that are coming from all over the world. So I was just like, hey, for your own safety, just collect the PUA. Play it safe. Don't get sick and then possibly get your whole family sick. This is a very just logical thing to do. Not many people did it, shockingly enough to me, but I did it because I didn't want to be out in the mess, and I had a lot of friends that did it, and it was an awesome program while it lasted because, like, for me, I got to focus entirely on my business and get the unemployment money coming in. And it was like, not even like you had to BS your way through it. Like, when you were filling it out, all you had to do is click that you had either a reduction of gig work, or I think another answer was something along the lines of that, like fear of getting sick or something like that. I haven't filled it out in so long now, I can't even really remember. So it was a really great program, and I wanted to just share with you guys a little bit more about my experience. Really quick before we go on though, one thing I did want to add into this video. For those of you that don't know, the referral program is back up. They cut it off, I believe, back in April. The referral program is basically, you guys use our referral code. It's a retroactive code, and what that basically means is even if when you signed up you didn't use a referral code, you can still get credit for those rides you gave. So let's say the bonus was 75 rides in a month. If you did those 75 rides in your first month, but you didn't sign up for a referral code with a referral code, you can use ours, and Uber's still going to give you credit and give you a bonus. Now that's really awesome because that's basically just money in your account. Like, you don't even have to go and do any more rides. You sign up, you use our instructions, and you're good. They're going to send you like it depends on your market, but it's anywhere from like $50 to $1,000 depending on where you drive. So it takes literally like under 5 minutes. There's no reason to not try it. And in the description, we're going to have the steps on how you do that. So anyways, so I didn't want to drive. So I was on the PUA program, and it was going really good. And it was saying that we were going to have this until July 25th. I don't know what happened. And granted, I was in Arizona, so this could vary by market. I don't know if this happened to you guys as well. But it was like the first week of July, I think, they cut me off. And there was no notice, no email. And it kept what it was saying in my portal. And I had a few friends that this happened to, and it said the exact same thing. Is it would say, I believe it was 2 unresolved issues, but then it would say no open issues or something along those lines. So it was basically saying I had some problem, but it was then saying there was nothing I could do about it. So it was a really weird thing. And I had a few friends where then like 3 weeks later, they still got paid out for that. Now for me, it's been 8 weeks now and I haven't got anything for it. And I'm not tripping about that. It's whatever. It's a great program. I'm happy if I get something, but I'm not going to be crying tears if I don't, if I don't get free money. Like, how much more spoiled could you get? So I emailed them probably a half dozen times, basically saying like, hey, what can I do? Is there, fraud on my account? But there's no way there could be, because I submitted it and got paid out based on my tax records. So I don't know if I did travel a lot. I saw my family during that time, so I was wondering if maybe a lot of out-of-state activity was why, but I'm like, does that mean they're monitoring my bank account then? Like, what's going on? So I never got an answer on it. I still haven't, and at this point, I'm kind of just assuming they're just never going to say anything. The most frustrating part is, too, like, they have a call line. Well, they had a call line, then they got rid of it. And I would call in as soon as they opened, and I would go through all the steps saying, I think you had to enter like your social security number. And then once they would get you to a live call, it would be just an automated message basically saying the call queues were full and to try again tomorrow. I tried so many times and got that every single time. So I was starting to wonder if they even had anybody in office. And then eventually they just pulled the number off the website. So then they have an email thing where you can email, and they're promising a prompt response from their team that is working very, very diligently. And I was like, okay, well, we'll give this a shot. Like I said, half dozen emails, maybe even, no, I think I sent more than that. I can't remember. Never got a response, never once. So then I saw something else on the website that was for, like if you got flagged for fraud, and I never got an email or mail saying that I did, but I was just like, maybe they think I'm a fraudulent account. So I sent that email and I got a response pretty quickly, but it was like a generic, like copy and pasted response. You could tell that they just blast out to everyone. It's probably like an automatic like trigger from their software that sends it. And it basically said something about out-of-state activity, which made me wonder about that again, but still had me wondering, how would they know? Because I didn't get one of those cards they send. I did direct deposits, so I'm like, how are they going to know if I'm out of state or not? And it seems like kind of illegal if they did. And so they asked to send a picture of my claimant ID, which you can do on your portal for the PUA. And then they asked me to send a picture of me holding my driver's license. So I did both things. That was probably 3 weeks ago. Never got a response. So that was kind of a bummer, honestly, because it would have been nice to have at least gotten it. Honestly, it would have been nice to have just gotten an explanation. If they got to cut it off for some reason, I get it. But I'd like to know why, Other than that, so there are rumors that the program is going to get extended, which I think would be a good idea, because it's not like we're back to normal by any means. I mean, I think Most drivers have told me that the driving's actually pretty decent again, so I'm not even back in Arizona yet because of my ankle. But once I drive back, I'm going to probably see what it's like out there. I don't know. I've actually heard so many mixed reports on driving. I don't really know who's BSing and who's not. But so that's good news. There could be an extension on the program. I don't know if it would affect me, but there's a lot of you that it probably would affect. And then there's also rumor of another stimulus. So obviously I know that would be really helpful to a lot of you guys. And I do have a lot of friends that have told me that they're not getting PUA anymore, but they are getting the unemployment, which is the lower amount. It's like the $113+. So that I'd be curious to see if any of you are still getting unemployment. Let me know in the comments, because I'm trying to get a good idea of who's really being affected by this and who isn't. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Now that things are picking up somewhat, we're going to start doing a lot more content, and definitely check out the retroactive referral code. It's like I said at the beginning of the video, we've got step-by-step instructions in the description for this video. It takes under 5 minutes and you might get a few $100 plus. So you can't tell me that that wouldn't be worth your time. So check that out. And like I said, stay tuned. We got a lot more content coming your way soon. And stay safe out there, guys.